Hi Rico, how's your day?
That's good. It's going well. Surprisingly, me and Ashley haven't gotten into a fight since I think the last time we spoke.
Okay.
Last time we had our meeting, we talked about some of the things, but I think Ashley's feeling less upset about the possibilities of me possibly going overseas, and that makes it easier for me to make that decision. I think she understands that this is something that I want to do, and she said that she doesn't want to be the reason why I don't pursue basketball because I've been playing basketball my whole life. That was cool. I mean, yeah, I think, like I said, I'm still, like I said last time, I'm still up and down, but it was cool to have her admit that she knows how passionate I am about basketball.
Well, that's good. That's a good step. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel like she cares and that she wants me to be happy. It made me feel like she's supportive. And she doesn't feel less confident about where we are. She did previously, and she did. I think even the first session when I came and talked to you, it was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think me and my girlfriend are gonna break up. She doesn't feel happy. She doesn't. We talk about my future with basketball and going overseas, and she doesn't want it. And I didn't have the support that I thought I should have. But then leading into the conversation that we had recently, it was like, I don't know, maybe she's been eating breakfast every single day and that's why she feels good. But the conversations that we had regarding my future, it was kind of like she was able to hear me.
Right.
Previously, I don't think she was able to hear me. And that was because she was so stuck in the fact that I was leaving, and I don't know.
I feel like it's a step for you guys. That's definitely something that's empowering as far as, being somewhat closer to being on the same page. Not necessarily on the same page, but somewhat getting there. It's not going to be a lost cause for you guys. So our previous session, I told you to paint me a picture or an idea of what your life would look like, split two different lives. How life would look like without Ashley and you playing basketball, and without basketball with Ashley in it. So let's start off with without Ashley but basketball in it. What would that look like post-grad?
Well, when I went home and started to think, and I wrote down a couple of the things that I thought were important. You said with basketball.
With basketball, but without Ashley after graduation.
Well, with basketball without Ashley, I think it's important to have a successful career. Because that's what makes it fun. That's that's how you get paid also. And looking into it, what puts me in that position to be successful? That means lowering the amount of time that I'm having a social life. That means improving on my skill, which comes from putting time in the gym. So that means I would have less time that I feel like is downtime. I would have to decrease my downtime so that I can increase my workout time, simultaneously increasing my playing time. Life with basketball, I mean, the sky's the limit, I feel like, when it comes to that, because I could travel and play in Mexico for one season, and then a team in Argentina likes what they see, and we try to figure out what's the best, my agent would help me figure out what's the next best move. And ultimately the goal would be to make the most amount of money that I could, or possibly come over to the United States to get on a team to possibly make the NBA. Because that's where the most money is at, which is in the U.S. And I think that's another reason why I'm like, all right, I'm not trying to go overseas, but it's supposed to be a stepping stone to get me back over here.
Okay.
So without Ashley, it's like like I said, I don't have much room to make excuses because I'll be focused strictly on my sport of play, which would be basketball, my career at the time.
Yeah.
But even then, it's a struggle because I'm trying to find housing. Or no, it'd be a struggle because I want to be in the best position possible, and that grind is like, it's a grind. And basketball is something that I feel like 2 years, if I'm not where I want to be at, this is not what I want to do.
Okay.
Because it's not fun. It's not fun being overseas, uncomfortable, in a foreign country, not making a lot of money. If you're making money, it's fun. And that's why I felt like, that's why I said it really is based on the money when it comes to my happiness. No, that doesn't sound good on paper because money is not happiness. Money does not equate to happiness. But if I'm playing basketball and I'm not making a lot of money, and basketball is not something that's like makes me really, really happy, then, you know, I'm not like my teammates. They feel like if they don't have basketball, they don't know what they're doing with their lives.
Right.
I grew up, if I don't have basketball, I got, you know,
backup playing.
Right. If I don't got basketball, that's why I said coaching is cool too. Like, I didn't consider it. I think the first team I coached was some 5th graders, and very, very funny. It was a very, very funny experience. But if you ask me what my purpose is, I think that's what it is. That's why I'm also like, basketball's cool and it's done a lot for me, but my purpose probably would be to give back to kids, which would mean to take them through those workouts that I went through. To put them in a position to get a scholarship, to save their family money. Not to just be a pro, but just to get them a scholarship.
And this looks like, and it seems like you're kind of easing into what life would be without basketball and with Ashley, what it seems like now.
Yeah. And that's, you know, now the conversation with Ashley into play. Without basketball, financially, where are we at? Because if we're struggling in the same home, I can only imagine how the conversation's gonna go with me and Ashley. That's how you can tell, like, if she's the one for me and we're both struggling financially, like, that's gonna create a lot of havoc in the household. So where does that leave us? And that's why I'm so set on finding a good job, because less financial problems equal happiness to me. Because I can be content with being able to pay my bills and playing on a men's league team, versus struggling to pay my bills because I'm overseas and the only bill I'm worrying about is my cell phone. But then again, it's like, no, I want to be able to put my kids in a position to go to college. And that's why, or even when the basketball stops, like, where am I at now? Like, am I going to be stuck in life because now I'm just now trying to get a job at the age of 30? Like, that's not what I'm looking forward to. That's why I'm like, why don't I start now when I have the energy? I can make decisions based on my age, so I can move, go to a different country, go to a different state, and work, be a coach, travel, build my ranks. I'm using this word coach a lot lately. I don't know if I want to do that. Hold on. Oh man, I'm just so invested with it when it comes to like helping the kids out.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, in the
and
summer.
even, not to interrupt you, but even if it's, you know, mentoring kids, period, it's not always about, it's always coaching. You're always coaching. You know, if you're invested in kids and the youth, it's not always about, you're always coaching a kid. Even if it's not basketball related, you're coaching them for life. You're coaching them for the classroom. You're coaching them for, you know, or they're looking for advice. It's always coaching, different ways of coaching somebody. It's not always basketball related, but basketball helps because you guys have that similarity together that combines you guys together. So,
are you saying that I'm like coaching Ashley then?
Do you feel that way?
Well, I feel like in cases of me leaving her,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coaching her on how to cope with that. I'm coaching her on how to accept it,
Mm-hmm.
versus her have those negative thoughts that previous guys have given her, as far as when you increase distance, you increase the chances of a mistake happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on both sides, but my confidence with her, my faith with her is not, you know, it's above par,
Mm-hmm.
above average. So that those are things that I don't worry about.
Right.
Versus, like I said, in her case, she thinks that it could be better. So she's like looking at like, what happens if I find another girl when I'm over there?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, come on, like, it could be worse where I'm in Afghanistan,
Right.
and now it's like we're 7 months apart,
Mm-hmm.
or a whole year apart, and I don't see you until I come back from being stationed in wherever the case may be.
Right.
That's where my head is at when it could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Her head is like, it could be better. Like, you could be here though. So
Mm-hmm.
like, if you can be here, why don't you
Be here?
So life with Ashley,
Which one sounds more appealing to you? Life with Ashley without basketball, or life without Ashley in basketball?
I know basketball's not going to last forever, and that's why it doesn't sound as appealing as it may sound today. But with Ashley, it sounds a lot better. That's why I'm like, why can I do both?
Mm-hmm.
Because basketball's not going to be forever.
Right.
I don't want to be 32 looking at it like, wow, I had an opportunity to go overseas and I didn't go.
Right.
And I don't want to raise my kids and be like, wow, well, your dad could have been an overseas player. Or your dad could have been an NBA team, summer league, would have got an opportunity, but I just stopped.
Right.
That's not what I want.
But at the same time, while you're giving this conversation, you're saying you stopped because your mother. You know, it's not really.
So what am I going to tell my kid? Oh, well, I stopped because your mom.
You know, and
like, that's not a good excuse.
No, but
because I'll be telling my son, hey, look.
Don't make it seem like it's a failure, though, because even though you did not do something, something bigger might come afterwards. You know, don't make it seem like, you know, just because you didn't do something, didn't make something greater, it's happening afterwards. Some things, and not to just give you advice, that's not my job as a counselor, but just to uplift you as my client. You know, I don't want you to feel like, you know, if you decided not to do basketball, that you will feel like you failed yourself by not taking this opportunity. You never know, something bigger, better might come for you for you not taking this opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know, something that you might not even see right now. You know, some things, your biggest accomplishments are something you cannot see. So, you know, I don't want you to feel like, you know, you not taking the opportunity is you failing yourself, or your parents, or your girlfriend, or anybody else. You know. And that's why I want to get across for you from the comment you just said. You know, I don't want you're making it seem like if you got the opportunity and you didn't take it, you'll be a failure, and I don't want you to feel that way. You know.
Well, I'll admit, and I'll say that that's what I would feel like. That's what I have been feeling like. And in cases of the opportunity to go, when it presents itself, and if I don't go, then I'll feel like that's a failed bucket list that I could have checked off.
Right.
Had I not been in a relationship.
Right.
But because I am in a relationship, I turned it down. Does that make me a failure? You're saying no, it doesn't. But I would still, like, why can't I do both?
Right.
Why can't I at least try?
Right.
That's what I think it is. I think I just want to try. Like I said
you're willing to take that risk.
I said the last session. Well, it's not really. I would be selfish by saying it's not a risk, because in her case, it is the biggest risk of our relationship.
Right.
And I can't tell the future, but I do know that she is who I want to be with. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that no mistakes are made. Right. However, I know that this is a two-way street. So me not being with her. Mistakes
are made. What do you mean by that?
Ultimate mistake ever would be to cheat on her. There's no coming back from that. I don't think so. Because if she cheated on me, I would be done.
Right.
It's easier said than done too, though. As far as like being done with somebody after they make a mistake like that. Nah, I'll be done. Nah, I'll be done. I don't like that at all, and she doesn't like that at all either. We agreed on that the first week that we were dating. We were like, this, and this. I understand. I'm gonna have patience. You gonna have patience, but once you step out of line when it comes to another woman, or when it comes to another man, it's over with. No coming back. Like, you made your bed. Now lay in it. So that's both of our. We do agree with something, and that's what we agree with.
Okay.
But and that's why I feel like nothing's gonna happen. Like, just
being optimistic.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, it could be worse. So relax. It's only gonna be for 5 months, if anything. I go out there, and it's gonna be on a situation where it's like, okay, we're having a couple home games this week. Can you fly out to, let's say, Switzerland?
Right.
And stay here with me. I have my own place. You only have to be here for a week. You can get to come to see 2 games. I can show you around. Like, you can enjoy this with me. Right. This is not just me going.
Right.
And that's one thing I want to help communicate that to her.
Right. How do you communicate that with her? There is pros to the fact that I am going overseas. Not that we're just going to be away from each other the whole 5 months.
No, I have not. I didn't. I just thought of that just now.
As far as selling, this is my dream, this is my career, but this is how it's going to benefit us and you as well.
I have said that financially. I was not going to just go financially. I was going for us, like, so that we can be straight financially, because I want to be able to help out. She has a good job, but with 2 incomes, it makes life a lot easier. And we've talked about marriage and stuff like that too. So like, me leaving makes it difficult, because she's like, holy crap, like, this is like, you're basically telling me you're ready, like, you're the one, and you feel like I'm the one. So me leaving right now, she doesn't want those feelings to go away.
Right.
And I'm like, they're not gonna go away. It's just, we're gonna have some distance in between us.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to say if we get through this, because I'm at the point where I know we're going to get through this, and it's just distance, and that's not, that's not too crazy. And me, once I graduate, like, I'll do everything in my right, or everything in my power to make her happy. And this is probably the only thing that would make her unhappy, in a sense, where she's like, want you to go because I know that this is going to create distance and long distance relationships never work. I need physical touch, this and that. So, that was me voicing it to her, letting her know the cons. But if I can have her understand where I'm at, to have her understand that, hey, look, this is going to be okay. This is going to work out.
Right.
Like, that's it. That's all I need.
Right. And, you know, that takes time. That takes time to get someone to understand that, you know, this 5 months is not just 5 months away from each other. It's 5 months for us to grow individually, collectively. And, you know, it's not just, we're going to see each other. We just got to figure out how we're going to plan this together. And, you know, what I'm getting with this is, you know, I thought I figured you out last session where, you know, I thought that, you know, basketball is just something that you really love and it would be great for you to go overseas, but, you know, if you didn't, you would be okay. But what it seems like now is that since the fact that Ashley is starting to kind of give in slightly, like slowly but surely, to the thought of you going overseas, you're kind of giving it a second, like, thought.
Yeah, only because I feel like
she's supporting this, like not really fully supporting it, but giving it some, like she's starting.
She's finally giving me that support that I was looking for when I was like, "Hey, look, I might go overseas," and her and be like, "Yes, this is what we've been waiting on."
Right. So that's what she's been waiting on, basically. It's not necessarily saying that you didn't want to play, but if you didn't get that support from your significant other, you wouldn't have won. You're not going to go.
Yeah. Because I don't want to go.
Right.
I don't want to be away from her. But you got to do what you have to do to make it happen.
Right.
And quite frankly, right now, because I'm talented in basketball, this could be a way to receive money to reduce financial upsets.
Right.
Or to reduce financial hardships. And since we're looking to make the next best move in our relationship, you have 1 year of school left. We can't do anything anyway.
Right.
So let me go overseas, play for a season, check life out over there, and hey, if you want to graduate and then you want to now get out of your comfort zone, you can join me in overseas. Like, that's how I feel when it comes to our relationship. In a perfect world, I know it's not like that. I know she's gonna feel like she's going to be uncomfortable because I surely would be. And I don't even know where I'm going. I just know that it's somewhere else. Right. So that's uncomfortable in itself.
We talk about how Ashley feels about the fact that you possibly going overseas. How would you feel about you possibly going overseas? You know, it seems like you talked about a lot about what she thinks and how she feels. How do you feel? How do you think about it?
I don't feel ecstatic. It's an opportunity to play again. Like I said, there's no difference between a men's league and going overseas in my head because it's like I'm playing basketball, I'm having fun. When you look at it on paper, the difference is no, you're playing basketball for this country.
Right.
You are making money, you're being housed, you're being fed, and you have a car. Or you have transportation, because not everywhere has cars available.
Right.
Okay, that's the cool thing about it. Bad thing about it, you're overseas in a foreign country, they don't eat what you eat at all. There's a language barrier.
Right.
And even then, you're probably going to be bored. What are you going to do in your free time? Go shoot? You're not going to go to shoot because you work out so much.
Right.
You practice so much all the time. You're not going to go shoot. Then, when you have free time, you're not going to want to do what you're there to do. You're going to want to chill. You're going to want to relax. And I'm sorry, what was the question?
The question is, how does Rico feel about going overseas?
Oh, I would feel happy.
You said happy, then you end up going to all these negatives about.
Well, I was listening to pros and the cons, and I was like,
okay.
The cons are cool, but it's not like too crazy to where it's like, no, this is not what you want to do.
Right.
Because the pros, you're finally getting out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. It gives me an opportunity to grow up even more. Mm-hmm. And I'll be stepping out of the norm and speaking a different language or trying to. No, I'm not happy relationship-wise. But I would love to be put in a position to where I can support my family.
Right.
And that would include also having my girlfriend fly to Argentina because that's where I'm playing at, or Mexico because that's where I'm playing at, or even Venezuela because that's where I'm playing at. Like, it's fun. It should be fun. Everybody I talk to say it is fun. Mm-hmm. They say it's fun. So, me being stressed out right now because my girlfriend is not so keen with the idea of me going overseas, I gotta take a step back and be like, hold on. How much of an effect is she gonna have on my final decision?
Right.
And that's what this is. Because now look at it. She's more happy. She's more like clapping me on.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I can do it. I'm gonna do this.
So what if she does end up retreating back and saying, oh, I don't know, how would you feel then? Would you be more receptive to going overseas, or would you kind of back out?
Like I said, I think I would be selfish with my decision and tell her, like, we're 20, 21 and 20, like, we're not even 25 yet, and we're over here trying to be with each other day in and day out. When we get to that point, like, now you're 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, that's 5 years. And that's, we're not 25 yet, but that's 5 years. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Like, that's 10 years. Just 35 years old. What are we doing in that time? Like, life is going to get to the point where, I mean, hopefully at that time, the new excitement at 35 is that we have kids.
Right.
But before then, I need something to do. And it's not, there's no fault to because I would get to come home to her every single night. That's what I want to do. But what am I doing to fulfill my purpose?
Right.
Which could be coaching in the States. That could be a possibility. And I have no problems against that. But it's like, really though, what am I here for? Am I going to be coaching those kids and not be able to talk about experience where I went to play overseas and like I could share that with them? Like, if this is what you want to do, if this is what you want to do, put in this work now.
Right.
So you can play overseas. Because I did it.
Right.
And like that, that's another thing. Because I don't want to talk to kids and tell them what they can do and then me not be an experienced person to even share that with them.
Right, okay.
Because I had coaches that talked to me all the time that never played college basketball but wanted to tell me I was wrong. And I would look at them like, you don't even know.
Right.
So, I think
you're just trying to follow your purpose, basically. You feel like everything you're doing is with a purpose for the long run.
Yeah. Like I said, I do care about the purpose of playing basketball and like playing basketball. I was going to say, I don't care about going overseas, but I care in a sense to where I'm able to say I did it.
Right.
But right now, at the age of 20, at this age, it's about the money.
Right.
And because I'm graduating high school, college, what am I going to do? Where am I going? How much money is involved? This is all things that take into effect. Where am I applying for a job? Are they paying me good? Will I like it? Will I like my boss? These are the things that I have to consider before stopping basketball right now.
Right, got you.
Because these factors don't all play into effect. So.
Well, I'm glad that you're thinking about your decision as a bigger picture. That's what I'm getting from this, and it's making me ecstatic that you're thinking about it that way, and not just about you and Ashley. You know, because it's a bigger picture than you and Ashley in basketball.
Yeah.
It's about your future. It's about your purpose and your why. So, you know, that's definitely a huge step and accomplishment for the both of us in these sessions that we've had so far. And, you know, we're going somewhere. We're getting somewhere with this. And, you know, as the session starts to wind down a little bit this time, we're going to come in next week and kind of like nip everything in these past couple sessions and kind of get your outtake and my outtake from it. And we're going to decide whether or not we're going to continue this, refer you, or we're going to terminate it altogether, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.